What's up guys, it's Graphic Phoenix back with another video today, and today we have a October reptile room tour coming at ya, so let's get into it. I guess I might as well start here. These are with the baby Ackies. You can see them there. That's just one. Sorry if my voice is kind of weird. I literally just woke up like 15 minutes ago. But this is one of the two baby Ackies that I got. These are not mine. I didn't produce them. They're supposed to be reds, but I have a hunch that they might be either hybrids or yellows, which I'm not necessarily complaining about if they are yellows, simply because, I mean, then I'd have both species of Ackies. I just need to breed them. These guys love to burrow. So these guys were set up in a setup that was not proper. They were in this cage, but it just was not a proper setup for them. So these guys were set up in a very, very not adequate setup. They were put on newspaper or like paper towel, and they just had a couple hides and stuff in here. So when I got them, they had stuck shed. They were just not really doing that well. They didn't have heat for I don't know how long. And so now I have a nice hot basking spot. Their basking spot's about 115 to 120. And they got very close proximity to UV, so that's real nice. And now they have like a 3-inch layer of substrate to burrow in. They love it. It provides a lot of humidity gradient for them. And they seem to be shutting off that extra skin right now. I guess we'll start on this side of the room and go all the way around. This is Striker. This is my high yellow leopard gecko. He's the OG of OGs. My very first reptile that I got when I was like 8 years old. So he's doing awesome still. He's still kicking. I wanted to focus on him. You can see the little like sad face or happy face, depending on which way you look at it, on the back of his head. That's kind of one of his like distinguishing features. I know in my last reptile room update I said I'd be remaking his tank with excavator clay, and that is still the case. I will still be doing it. Don't worry, I just have a lot of stuff on my plate right now with school and with making the other vivarium and doing everything. He's in no like desperate need to be moved, so I'm not super worried about it. I will be making a video of it when it comes, so stay tuned for that. Tig resides down here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see her or not. I don't think so. She doesn't look like she's out right now, unfortunately. But, or like easily visible, unless she's down there. Nope. But this is her cage. She is in a 18 by 18 by 24 reptile edge cage. I don't know if they're still making this exact same kind. I know they are making a very nice black PVC kind though, so if you guys are interested, shoot them up on Facebook. Just say, hey, I'm interested in an 18 by 18 by 24, one of your black series cages or whatever, and he'll give you a price and ship it out to you. So, super nice. I wish you guys could have seen Tig, but unfortunately she is not out. Alright, now we'll move on to the frog section of the video. And I know for some of you this is your favorite part, and for others it's your least favorite part. But, regardless, we are going to do it. This is the cage for the Anthonii Santa Isabellas. And I do have a flashlight here. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, he hopped away. Dang it. This is the Anthonii Santa Isabella cage as of now. The new vivarium that I'm building for them potentially will be for these guys. But this tank is doing actually really well. It could use a little bit more circulation at the back. It's getting a little stagnant behind that bromeliad, but I can't really wire in anything right now, so unfortunately this is the way it exists. It's still growing really well. The silver philodendron's doing great. The Neoregelia bromeliads are doing fantastic. That's a Bilbergia, I'm not sure, bromeliad, so it is for sale for those of you in Canada. Everything's doing very well. The frogs are doing fantastic. They're starting to cull, or they're starting to like try to cull, but it's definitely not their full cull yet, unfortunately. They're still pretty young, like they're not even a year out of water, so I don't really expect it super quickly. And that's assuming that I have a male. And unfortunately, I don't see any reticulatas, even though it's kind of early. There doesn't look like there's any reticulatas out right now. But I do have a ton of bromeliads in here. So these are Ranotomea reticulata. This is their tank. Just because these guys are out, check that out. I'll see if I can gently open their cage without them zipping out of here. Well, they zipped, but oh, there he is. So these are Dendrobates auratus Panama. These guys are some of the only like true ones in the country, and there's a small group of them, but this is, I mean, the majority. There's 3 of them in here. You guys have only seen, oh, you can actually see the 3rd one right there, right in the center of your screen. You saw her move. That's the female. These are the 2 males. They're actually quite bold, but the female, like, you see when it's feeding time, that's all. And that's probably why these guys are out. It is feeding day today, so they know the schedule. These are my Chizuda imitators, Ranotomea Chizuda, or Ranotomea imitator Chizuda. I don't really see any of them right now, of course, but I think they actually have a good egg back there. I'm gonna hold the camera back and see. I think that's a good egg, like it's developing, so that would be sweet to have, because I know these are one of the frogs that I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be selling them with their cage and the light and everything, minus a couple of the bromeliads, because these are like my actual bromeliads, not bromeliads that were meant to be in the cage. The whole thing is for sale, so if you guys are interested and you're in local to me, like Calgary or Alberta somewhere, then hit me up and let me know. I can work out a good deal for you, but I don't see any of them right now, unfortunately. Moving on to the baby tank. You're likely not going to be able to see anything. I don't really have that many babies in here. So I don't really have that many babies in here, unfortunately. I just have the Ranotomea variabilis and the, I believe there's 3 Ranotomea ventrimaculata Borgia ridges in here. And I do have a guy that's supposed to be coming to pick the 3 ventromaculatas up. I don't know when that's supposed to happen. He hasn't contacted me in a little while. I'm hoping that he stays true to his word, because it's not that I want these guys gone, but I mean, I want them gone. Down here we basically have a kind of greenhouse with some bromeliads in it. I did get a fresh shipment of bromeliads on Thursday, and they are for sale. So if you're in Canada, anywhere, I can ship to you. It's typically like $20 to $30 for 2-day shipping out to Ontario, and then it's like 10 to 15 out to the BC. So let me know. The season's closing soon, so keep that in mind, and we'll ship you some plants. This is Sheldon, my Hermann's tortoise. He is my boy. His tank is looking, again, a little bare because I planted all those palm trees and he proceeded to eat them in the next day, which is just something that he does. Right, Sheldon? You're the destroyer. You are the destroyer. Here, let's get you in some light there, mister. So that is Sheldon. He is my... Is he 2 years old now? I don't remember exactly. I think he's coming on 2 years. I think he's coming on about 2 years old. He's my Hermann's tortoise. As I said, his pen is smaller than I'd actually like it. I'd like it to be a little bit longer, but it's 2 feet deep, like 15 inches high, and 5 feet across. He's got UVB heat there. He's just got ambient light. I'm probably going to change that to UV in the next little while. And he's got a mix of sea soil with a dressing of coconut coir on top, because the sea soil is really dusty, so it gets his shell all covered in gunk and all grimy and gross. So I layered it with a nice thick layer of coconut coir, and it's doing really well. He processes it. If he eats any of it, it comes straight out the other end. He is a tortoise, so they have a very strong digestive tracts, except for sand. Don't mix sand with them. But as you all know, we gotta get the scale ready because it's time to see what he weighs. So, get in there, you punk. 526. I don't remember what you were last month, but I think it was probably somewhere around there. I also haven't fed him. That's the Zoomed stuff. Zoomed gourmet tortoise food. And he hates it. He only likes Missouri. It drives me nuts because the pet shop that I work at doesn't carry it all the time. Sometimes we just don't have it. And that's all he eats for dry food. I do feed him lettuce every day, or every other day, depending on what I feel like. And, you know, gotta respect the king, right, boys? Right, boy? From there, we can move on to the OG chameleon. Well, the descendant of the OG chameleon. This is Kai, the super translucent veiled chameleon, son of Rango, and not a father yet. Or ever, I don't know. That might change. His tank is doing quite well. I actually need to build in some drainage because I do have an automatic misting system, and it tends to, I don't know whether it's his cage or Turok's former cage, it tends to like leak out the side and kind of fill that bottom. So if you guys have any like plans or designs for building a little stand with some drainage in it, that would be perfect. Keep in mind it can't really be much longer than what this tank is, which is 24 long, or 24 deep and 24 wide. So keep that in mind when you're going through his plans. But he is a very handsome boy. He's such a great chameleon. His dad was fantastic, but he definitely carries those traits down. So from there, if you guys don't follow me on Facebook, you guys won't know about this, or Instagram, I believe I posted on Instagram. Turok actually passed away yesterday, September 30th. I mean, it sucks. Like, I don't know what it could have been. He just went downhill so fast. Like, I've already looked at the jackfruit plant. Like, there's no bites out of it or anything. I think it really just was like him being wild caught and potentially parasite load building up, or just not being able to acclimatize. But I think it's safe to say that I won't pretty much ever have a Jackson's chameleon ever again, especially in this setup, like in my room. I think it might just get a little too hot in here for them. It sucks. I mean, you guys know what losing a pet is like. I have his T5s on simply because there's plants in here and they need light to grow. So I'll leave those on, but I shut off his heat and UV simply because the plants really don't benefit from it, and I don't need to waste those bulbs. This is just a super quick overview of the planted tank. It is super full with bromeliads right now. So, like I said earlier, hit me up if you're in Canada and want some broms. And I don't know if there's been a reptile room update since I've fixed Sky's lighting. I actually don't know. If not, Sky's lighting is fixed. Check out how cute he is. I like to give him a bath. He's in a shed right now. But that is Sky, a Meraki blue-tongued skink. He's doing fantastic. Just hanging out. His cage is 4 feet long, 2 feet deep, and 12 inches tall, I believe. He's got a radiant heat panel, and then just 2 T5 bulbs. They're not UV or anything special. Oh, did I scare ya? And last but not least, in this month's Reptile Room tour, we've got the red Ackie monitors. What up, bows? Hey, what up? Does that smell good? Does that smell good? Bro, where's that food at, bro? I haven't eaten in like 24 hours. I might wither away and die. So this is their cage. It is, it's doing okay. Honestly, like what I really need to do, clean it all out, refill it up. I might like stain it with epoxy on the sides, and then refill it up, add in their new UV light. You just want to come out and say hello, don't you? Don't do that. Come here. My light's not on, so the lighting's not the best, but check them out. Alright, excuse the scruffiness, but there he is there. What up? So yeah, as I was saying, I basically just need to rip this tank apart, change their substrate, and add the new UV 10.0 bulb to the top, and then kind of redesign things. Really, it's a bit of a chore, which is why I haven't really done it yet. Simply because this tank requires at least 2 people to move. Like, it's not that big a tank. It's 4x2x2, so I mean it's big, but not huge. It weighs probably close to like 300 or 400 pounds. I have no idea why, but it is so heavy. this tank, once this tank's off, is easy to move, and then I can get at their tank and kind of mess around in there. I'm thinking hopefully maybe on my reading days that I can basically kind of top up their tank and make it look nice again. If not, just do it on some random day. But, alright buddy, I'm going to put you back. Sorry, I don't have much time. I got to go to a reptile expo. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you liked everything. Like I said, if you want bromeliads, shoot me a message, hit me up on Instagram, whatever. All the links are down below to my Instagram and Facebook page. If you are a longtime subscriber and you want to send me something, I do have a P.O. box. It is located in the States. Those of you that live there can send it a little bit cheaper than sending it to Canada. Check that out. It's all in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the flip side.